Okay, here goes my vision attempt. Three, two, one. $35. That's my score. Can you beat that? Greetings from chess.com. I'm back to do the Title Tuesday coverage where I'll be focusing exclusively on Indian players. So today I'm thinking that I'll be monitoring the games, sharing my thoughts about the ongoing games, and also interact with the chat. I have the settings ready and I'm waiting for the games to start. The games will start in about 6 minutes from now. So I just want to make sure that the sound is good. Just let me know if the music is okay and let me know in the chat if everything is fine. And as of now, again, as usual, Hikaru Nakamura is the top seed of the tournament, but I don't see any Indians lined up yet. So if there are no Indians, then I might consider playing myself, but my plan is to actually engage with the chat and commentate on the games, but let's see what happens. I'm not really sure who is the top seed as far as the Indians are concerned. Let me get, yeah, so things are perfect as far as my settings are concerned, but just let me know in the chat. Master Blaster, everything is okay, you're able to hear me, the music is fine. Okay, yeah, I think some of you must be following the match that is probably still going on. I'm not sure. I think it was going on, the match between Eric Rosen and Sagar Shah. I'm not sure what the results are right now because I was preparing for the stream. I don't see big names today, so yeah, might have to change my plan and play myself because I don't see any of the top players that I've mentioned in the thumbnail today. So we will start in about 4.5 minutes from now, and today is also Rakesh's birthday. I hope you all have watched the video that I did called Chess MCQ. So there was a test that I did so that you can guess the moves and score something. I think some of you did leave your scores in the other social media channels, but I did not see any in the YouTube comments. Oh, Master Blaster, thanks for the update. I think if Eric is 10.5, I think that's a very sizable lead. He might end up winning it then. Yeah. Okay. So I don't see the players yet. I think Ronak Sadhwani is not there, or is he? No, he's not there. So yeah, I will probably play it myself because I don't see any names. So let me just join. I'm still searching for the name. Okay, NR Visak is playing. Alright, that's one Indian Grandmaster. And who else? Arvind Chidambaram is playing, that's good. So Anna Isak and Arvind Chidambaram are two players. I think who I will have to observe. Arvind Chess 1999, that's his username. And also NR Isak. Both are from Chennai. Aditya Mittal is playing, so I will also follow him. Aditya Mittal's ID is Winnie the Pooh. Let me also try. And Dhulipara Balachandra Prasad is also playing. So I'll also paste the tournament link, I think, in the description so that you can all watch. Okay, that's the tournament link. Fine. Anish, Adiban and Samay on Vidit's stream. Is it? Okay, that could be. I have not checked it yet. Hi Pankaj. I hope you're doing great. So we will start in about a minute from now. So from the top players perspective, I think one player we will be keeping an eye on is Arvind Chidambaram and the other player is NR Isak. And I must mention that Dhulipala Balachandra Prasad finished 9th in the last tournament, which is a very credible finish. And I have also followed Aditya Mittal and Dhulipala. So those are the names tonight. Nepo Binash is playing, okay. So Master Blaster, how is your chess practice going on? And I hope the music is fine, because last time the music was slightly loud than normal. Okay, I'm playing against a woman FIDE master from Hungary, I think. Okay, I'm thinking of playing a Catalan, but this is a King's Indian, so it's going to be King's Indian. It's going to be a King's Indian. I'm going to try the Seravan system. This is called the Seravan. The knight goes to e2, and on e5 I'm going to play d5, knight c6, I'm going to castle, e5, d5, knight d4, rook b1. That is the line, I know. So they play rook b1 so that, knight e7 is new. Or not, it's not new, but it's something that I haven't seen it lately. But knight d4 is more common. I could go h3, I could go f4, there are different options. I'll go h3. And then I have f4. Bishop f4, I think should be fine. Yes, it is fine. I'm going to get my queen to d2 soon. Get bishop h6 coming. And I have a decent position. And I would love it if my knight were on f3 right now, so that I could go knight g5. But I'm fine with this as well. Knight f5, okay. On knight g3, I don't know what my opponent has, but I also have knight g5. I think I'll first get my rook, so that indirectly I am keeping an eye on e6. Knight f6, definitely I'm not going to exchange that. I'm going to put my knight on e6. Rohan Patel, it is Rakesh's birthday, not mine. So happy birthday to him. Is the director of chess.com India. We made a video on this. I recorded a video called Chess MCQ. I think if you have not checked it out, please do. Knight x f4 is threatened. If I move my bishop to h6, he will not hesitate. She will not hesitate to play bishop h6. So I think it's a good moment to get your knight to e6. Knight f4, I'll just take knight f4. I'm also thinking of playing bishop g5 if necessary. That's okay, Rohan. How are you doing? Where are you from? Knight f4. Okay, knight f4. I'm thinking of getting my knight to d5. Now the threat is bishop takes f5 actually. So he saw that threat and played knight e7, which is quite clever. c6. Yeah, this is the kind of move which I would love to see from black because it weakens d6 to a certain extent. I don't want to exchange my knight yet, so I'm going to retain it. I'm considering a possible rook f7 in the future. I can also go knight e4, knight g5. Check. I have to move my king, there is no choice. Queen d4. What this move does is it prevents my knight from moving, which is slightly annoying at the moment. Knight e4, she wants to take this pawn. I understand that. So what do I do? Should I play rook f7? Should I play rook e4? No, the rook hangs. So I can't really do all of that. So I'm thinking I'm just going to put my knight to e4 and see what happens. If he takes, I will take back. If she takes this pawn, I'm going to take this, and oh, she plays knight f5. So is there any threat there? Knight g3, will it come? Might come, you never know, because this knight is becoming very overloaded with a lot of responsibilities, burdens. So I think I will have to move my my rook to f3 because I need to take care of this knight g3 tricks, which might come anytime. Shishupal Kumar. Oh, he lost some winning matches on time. Yes, we did observe that slightly in the last Ideal Tuesday, that he was spending a lot of time. But Eric Rosen is also a very strong opponent. Okay, e6 is hanging, so I'm going to just bring my knight back to c3. Okay, I'm low on time. Must hurry up. Knight g3, I'm going to take rook g3. Rook f1, bishop f1. Queen d2. Queen d2 is a problem. I don't know if she will find this. Knight g3. Rook g3, rook f1. King h2, forced. Queen g1. That's a loss. Oh my god. That is shocking. So in this position, after knight g3, if I take rook g3, rook check. If I take the rook, queen was hanging. That's unfortunate. Okay. Good news is Arvind Chidambaram has won. That's good. NR Visak has... NR Visak has. Oh, NR Visak is still playing. Okay. Swarnapuri has lost. I don't know. Maybe he did not turn up for the game. Aditya Mittal is having a good position. He's about to win. Knight will come to e6 and take this. Okay. And Jolly Roger is, yeah, he's about to lose, I think. Who is white? No, Jolly Roger is white, so he's about to win. So that means NR Visak is in danger. Not an ideal start, at least for me, after having lost the first game. But I think the good part about this is that I will face slightly, let's say, not like, let's say an opponent who's of a decent level. I will not face a higher rated, so good chance to win first. The second game could be interesting. Let's see. And it's hard to believe my opponent was rated 2200. I don't think that's the standard, because my opponent played some really strong moves, and especially in this situation to spot knight g3 despite having rook e4, I think is great. The point is I cannot really play king h2 because knight takes e4 is a discovered check. That was a difficult loss. Coming back, so Swarnapuri is probably not playing the tournament. That means Dulipala Balachandran is not playing, but the rest of us are playing. Finally, one win for Sagar Bhai. Oh, okay. Great. I am not really following the results, guys. Sorry. I am here in Title Tuesday. But great. It was great to see. I did observe the first few games, and he was having a tough match. It was a close fight when I watched it. Later, I did not really watch it. So let's see how Arvind Chidambaram won this game. He played b3, e3, bishop e2, castles, d4. This is a good setup that you could also use in your games, I think. Put your knights, put your bishops, and then keep playing. You see, none of them are really touching their central pawns. They are not really in the mood to break the tension. And here is when black created more pressure in the center, but the drawback is that it weakens the d5 to a certain extent. The d5 is also hanging, and that gave way for mating threat here already. Okay, and then Arvind Chidambaram went for knight takes f5. Wow. After g takes f5, he went for queen takes f5, threatening queen h7 and queen c8. And after rook c7, he picks up another pawn, continuing the double attack, and then he lost the rook. I think if you move the rook, the bishop is lost. If you play rook d7, there is check, and then that picks a rook. So a very convincing win by Arvind Chidambaram, and he showed why he is 2800. Shishupal Kumar. I don't know what that means, but whatever it means, I don't know. Yeah. Let's get back to the games. So Hikaru has won as usual, and MVL is playing. Nepomniachtchi is playing. And who else? Alexei Shiro is playing, guys. That's big. For those of you who do not know Alexei Shiro, he's the author of Fire on the Chessboard. It's a book that you must definitely read. So I'm seeing that Raja Harshit has also registered for the event. I just saw his name but missed his username. So let me just check what's the username of Raja Harshit. Okay. No, I don't see him anymore. But if I find it, I will definitely follow him as well. Okay. So which games are going on? There's just one game going on, and it's Rook versus Bishop. The evaluation bar is changing, which means anybody could win. I'm not really sure. G6, G7 may come. Oh, he's not ready to push this pawn because f6 hangs now. But there was a moment in which he could have really pushed G6, G7. He'll get his king to h7, I think, and then push G6. Yeah, that is what he's doing. Now Rook f6, G7 is gone. It's game over. White is going to win this. and take the point home. Yeah, great job by white. Okay, with that, I think we will soon have the next game. I'm playing against Taktik Monster from Germany. Let's get started. So I'm going to try Black Knight's Tango or e4 e5. Let's see. Let's see. It's going to be e4 e5 then. Knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, knight f6, d3 h6. I don't want this knight to come here. And now since he has castle, I'm thinking, why not just go crazy with g5? I'm going to do that. d4. On g4 he wants to go knight h4. Okay, I think I'll just go bg7, and if he takes, I'm happy to take. If he takes, I'm happy to take. I'm happy with all those takes. Okay, in a way I am threatening to win the pawn back. On bd5 I at least have c6. Bishop g6. Okay, let me get my bishop out to e6. King to e7. So he's hanging on to his pawn. It's a pawn up, but I think I have a decent position. Bishop wants to come to c5, so I just prevent it. I get my king to e7 very soon and get my rook to d8. Yeah. So if you count the pawns, I am actually a pawn down, but I don't think this should be that much of a difference. Practically, I think it's still okay. I'm keeping an eye on the a2 pawn. I'm also having ideas to play a5, a4. A quick look at Arvind Chidambaram's game. Arvind Chidambaram is playing against international master from Georgia. Okay, my game is played rook a d1. If I take the pawn on a2, he's going to play b3. That's his idea. And if I play a5, he's going to play rook a1 and trap my bishop. So I'm first going to play a5, so that if I take bishop a2, if he plays b3, I have a4. I will no longer get my bishop trapped that way. And if he goes b3, I have rook d3 in mind. And once he moves his bishop, I have rook a d8. But on b3, he might also play rook d3, king f2. That's a possibility which just occurred to me. Okay, he's still thinking. I think he's taking more time than necessary. So that's good for me. Okay, where am I? Yeah, he's played bishop f5. I think I could take the pawn, right? Bishop a2, b3, a4. That is my idea. I think I'll go bishop a2. Yeah, that was my idea, to play pawn to a4 and then get my bishop to b3. Actually, I have rook d2 also, but yeah, I'm okay to play bishop b3. If it takes, I'll take. If it takes rook a8, I'll take. It somehow gives me a chance to play a move like rook a2, which seems ridiculous at first, but yeah, that's a possibility. To get rook to a2, and if it takes, I take back, and this pawn on b3 is inching closer to reaching a good square on a2. h4. I think I can go bishop c5, edge g5, bishop e3, king e3, edge g5. That's a possibility. Or I can just take gh4. I think I'll just take gh4 and then consider moves like knight h5, which could cause further problems to my opponent. Knight h5, rook h4, knight g3, king f2, knight f5. I think I will go there. Yeah, definitely go there. Rook 8, I'll first give a check. I think my opponent is slightly in danger now because knight g3 check is an intermezzo, which is like an in-between move if he takes my rook, and he can't really take the h4 pawn because his a1 rook is hanging. Yeah, so this is the intermezzo that I was talking about. I think he's in danger because I have this check, and yeah, he is in danger because I have knight takes h1 also. That's another check. So probably this is going to be my first win. He's taking his time, but yeah, what's the matter? I can just take bishop takes bishop and take this rook, I'm threatening this. Okay, I'll just play bishop g5, making sure that this is a mate very soon. Unbelievable. That's a mate. All the three squares are guarded. Nice mate. So coming to Arvind Chidambaram's game, Arvind Chidambaram is having a winning position. I think he is faster on the king side. The pawn is inching closer and it will be promoted. Aditya Mittal has won his game. Yeah, he's won his game, which is great. So let's go to Aditya Mittal's game. Aditya Mittal was black and he seems to have played a very nice game. Started with Slav, semi-Slav, Meran. He got a very comfortable position. Seems like that. Wow, look at this. I think all this is probably home cooked. And I've played 2 times against Aditya Mittal in recent months, and both the times he was better prepared in the opening stage. And this game also seems like that. He defeated Casablanca. Swarnapuri is out, so I'm no longer following him. But NR Visak has won his game against a FIDE Master. Okay. So who else is playing? Let me take a look at the list. There is Harshavardhan GB, I think. He is playing. We could take a look at his game. And who else? Peter Swidler is playing against Fire Grizzly. And Swidler is a pawn up. He's 2 pawns up and is likely to win. What about the chat? What is the chat? So today I think we have a very core group because most of them are in other streams. So I see that the event is still going on. So that's the reason why we have like a lot of players following our main broadcast of chess.com. Who else? Voldar Murzin, okay. He's another young lad who's quite good. He's won his game against Grandmaster Dmitry. Okay, Naidov, G3 Naidov. White did not really get much in this game. Just kept exchanging pieces. But yeah, Black had the open file, active pieces. So when you're having opposite color bishop, it's as if you're almost a piece up, and this game is showing that. That was great. Okay, so I'm actually already waiting for the next game to start. Let's see who we have. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Peter Swidler's game ended in a draw. We were expecting him to win, but yeah, that was not meant to be. So Jaspam is playing, and Jaspam is yeah, it's going to end in a draw because these two pawns can be easily caught with the knight. The king will just come and then take the pawn. Game is going to end in a draw. That's a great result for Mary Arabidze. And we have Alexander Fier is also playing, and he has won his game against Iribu. And then Pliokha Mikhail has also, yeah, he's lost the game, but there are two queens on the board, which is the first time I think today. Okay, so Hikaru Nakamura is leading the tournament with 2 out of 2, and yeah, so that's the update. Next game will begin soon. There will be break after round 4. Is there any game going on? Because I don't see any. Ah, this game just ended in a draw. Okay. I'm playing against a FIDE master, Max Leto. So let me go e4 this time. And Arvind Chidambaram is playing against Vesper. Okay, Sicilian. Let me try the Mora Gambit. I'm giving the pawn on b2, but that's not meant to be taken because too much of anything is not good. Okay, I'm actually giving him the pawn again, but I'm not sure if he'll take this. But if he takes this, it's not that great. Objectively, he can take it, but practically, I think it's not easy to take this pawn and digest it. That will be just amount to too much eating. Why will just take the pawn soon? So he's actually taking his time to consider cb2, which is what I actually want him to do, because this is a blitz game, and if he thinks too much in the early stage, it will impact his overall game. Okay, a6, bishop g5. We are now in the usual known territory. f6 is played, but yeah, b5, I don't know. I don't think b5 was so necessary in the position. I can actually plant my knight to d5 and dare him to take the knight, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm first going to put a question mark with a4 and then get my knight to d5. h6. Okay, I'll come back. Now I can actually go knight d5 directly. I think I'm going to do that. Knight d5 directly. If he goes g5, you can't believe, but this is a mate with knight f6. So he can't really play g5. If he takes my knight, I will take his pawn with my pawn and put my pawn on d6, get my rook to e1, and it's not a position that black would love to defend. Rishabh Monot, every Indian player who has a good internet is lagging. Oh, that is strange. Because when my internet is fast, I don't really see the lag in most cases. Usually the time required for the move to register in the server sometimes depends on which server you're using, like which internet connection you're using. For me, the connection that I'm using is most of the time pretty good. Okay, so he wants to take knight takes b3. I can go knight e5, ed5, ed5, d6 is coming. It's very smart that he chose not to take my piece And yeah, he's threatening to play nb3, queen b3, ed5. I'll just go rook e1. So I'm saying, okay, you can just take this bishop, you can take my knight, I can still play this position. So hi Rishabh Manot, I see that you've watched our videos and I've seen your comments in our YouTube channel. Welcome. So did you watch the video that we did today on the birthday of Rakesh? We did a chess MCQ. Yeah, I agree that my internet is not so great today. I've been experiencing issues right from the evening. So since this evening I've been having this issue. So yeah, it's okay that you asked, but that is the truth. Like I have been having issues with my internet today. Knight d4, ed5, ed5. I think I can go knight d4. Attack this bishop. Hi, chess with Mind Blaster. Are you the same Master Blaster or are you different? So Rishabh Manot, where are you from? I can actually play bishop g3 and disrupt his castling altogether. I can take and take a lot of things like capture everything and then play this. But I think I will just go bg3 because it invites knight c7 tricks. Even me. Oh, even you. Okay. d6 is not supposed to be great because it hangs the piece. So that way, Mora Gambit has worked against a FIDE master, scored a win in 16 moves. Guys, don't try this at home unless you are sure about the ideas in Mora Gambit. It's a funny opening, but I mean, if you like study the typical patterns, I think it will be great to master it. There is a good book called Mayhem in the Mora, which I have studied, so I've picked up some ideas from there. That is a good book if you want to begin your journey in the Mora Gambit. Coming back, Arvind Chidambaram is playing against Vesper 2018. He's an international master from Russia, and White has a very White has a very pressing position. I think he will slowly squeeze this point. White is going to win this one. Aditya Mittal's opponent's username is very funny. I don't wanna recognize. I think he left out B in between, but that's fine. National master from Turkey. Aditya is refraining from exchanging his queens, and yeah, that's understandable because he has a knight on f4 and wants to create some threats. Maybe rook could come to d7 or rook could come to c1 and pin. Yeah, this is the first pin. The second pin could come on c1. Knight could come to d5. I think it's suddenly getting getting dangerous for black here. And there you go. Queen e2 wins for white. Because if you take rook takes d5, there is queen e6 check. But he misses his chance. And he wins on time. Wow. He wins on time. Great. Arvind Chidambaram has a nice position. He's about to get his rook to the 7th rank. But now he can't do that because of the fork. I hope you all noticed that this is a fork. So he played bishop e3 to play rook d7, but then rook into c3 is threatened. So again he has to go rook d3 or play rook c2 or even play bishop d4. So Rishabh Manot, are you a premium member on chess.com? Bishop t4, f6. Yeah, now Arvind Chidambaram is getting somewhere. Rook takes c3. Oh, knight c5. Just when I said that he's getting somewhere, he blundered. That's quite unfair. Now, yeah, b7 and now rook f7 and he picks the knight. But you can't blame him. He's just like down to 2 seconds. Anything can happen here. Rook h8, knight g8, pawn h6, rook into b8, g8 queen. And finally, Arvind Chidambaram has won, so that means he keeps his chances and moves to 3 out of 3, which is good score. NR Visak moves to 2 out of 3, scores a very dangerous win. He plays the King's Indian, and I think the game ends in a checkmate. We must definitely see. Rook takes knight. King's Indian players are not really surprised by Rook takes knight, but from a club player's perspective, this is something new. But in this position, it has a very specific reason that the bishop on b5 is protected by knight on c3. So we apply the classic eliminating the defender, or what we call chopping the Gurkha or removing the defender with Rook takes knight, and then take the bishop. And this is the rest of the game is like gone. It's just losing for white. Aditya Mittal has won, NR Visak has won, I have won, and Arvind Chidambaram has won. That means this round is a hit for 4 of us. Let's look at the situation of other players. How about Fair Chess on YouTube, which is I think Andrikin Dmitry. Let's see how he is doing. In this position, he is white and has winning chances. I think he will eventually win this game. Oh, there was Ashes D95, I think. We must definitely check him. He's a FIDE master from Karnataka. Let me try to get him also. Yeah. Ashes 95. I hope I'll find him in the next game. So Arvind Chidambaram is 3 out of 3, which is good news for all of us. Great. So this is the only game going on between Damiano Lev 95 and Arvids Andriy Rejevs. Okay. So this game has ended. That means we'll have the next game soon. Okay, I'm playing against Jumbo, that is Rinat Jumaev. It's from Kazakhstan. I have never played him before, so this is my first time, but I've seen him in Aeroflot. I think he made a mouse slip. I don't know. C4 E5 E3 seems like a very different kind of Sicilian, because you see E4 C5 knight F3 E6. So I'm going to play the Rosolimo from the black's perspective. Bishop B4 and castle. Queen C2. I think I can go D5. I can afford to play D5. CD5 knight D5. Okay, no problem. He wants to go bishop C4, maybe bishop D3, maybe. Should I play C5? Possible. I'm first going to develop my knight and see the response. I think G6 is necessary, isn't it? That's a move I must play. Bishop E4. If I go knight E7, it's getting tricky, because knight C7, knight D5, queen C4. I don't have an answer. So I'm thinking I'll just take bishop into C3 and then see what happens. PC3, F5, or I will have to move my knight to E7. I think I'll take this. So no matter what it takes, I am thinking of playing F5. This is the move I had in mind. I'm not really sure if my position is good, but it looks risky for for a moment because this diagonal is not really safe. So here I am considering 95. I can also go queen h4. I can go f4. So I'll first get my knight to e5 because I want to go f4 and f3 if necessary. On bishop b2 I am not really bothered. Bishop a3 actually bothers me a little bit because I will have to move my rook for a moment. But this is okay. Now I get to put my knight on d3, rook on d7. And I can't really believe that this position is so good for me now. Now, I start feeling the tension because if I play rook d7, he has some moves that could put a lot of pressure. f3, you see, this is the move I was talking about. So now he wants to take on on e4 and then take on e4 again. And I'm seeing if there is any way in which I could prevent it because I need to put this knight away from there. I think f4 is a possibility, but then he'll take knight e4, knight e4, fe4, and then I'll be left with a demand to move my knight. So I'm trying my best to retain my knight on d3 as much as possible, but I don't know for how long this can be maintained. Okay, this is a forced move. I have no choice, no say in that. Yeah, this is also forced. Seems like he's going to outplay me in a very stylish way because bd3 is threatened, and on rook d3 he might have some plans. I don't think I had any chance in this game. For a moment I felt that my position was good, but I think he outclassed me. On check I am planning to play king f6, and yeah, that's my plan. Bishop d3, I will be taking this definitely. Okay, I think I can take this. Queen b7, can I take this pawn? Oh no, that was a mistake because he'll play queen check, and if I play bishop e6, he's a queen c3 check. That was smart. That was smart. Yeah, that was smart. Good game by Jumbo. I will have to check what wrong I did exactly because at no point I felt the danger, but then here after playing f3, f5, e4 I realized that this diagonal is very dangerous. So somewhere here I think I lost the thread, which I will have to check. Let me come back. And Yashasdi is playing against Arvind Chidambaram. Wow, that means even Yashasdi was actually on 3/3. So let me also follow him. He's from Karnataka, and we have been playing for many years, right from childhood days. So I think I saw him for the first time when I played the under 11 nationals. So he's 1 year younger to me, and yeah, I've been following him right from 2004 2003, and is actually a senior to me in chess. He started quite early, and he seems to be having a good position right now. Just that he should get rid of the pin and things are okay. Yeah, seems to me that he has untangled and now is ready for mass exchanges. So both are on 3 points and both have strong internet connections. We can expect a decisive result, I think, very soon. Pawn will come to c5, yes. Arvind Chidambaram is trying to muddy the waters, trying to complicate the position, but it's always within the reach, and it seems like Yashas is about to win now because of this pawn on c7. Oh, that was a blunder. The evaluation bar is just dancing. So yeah, I can imagine that there could be a lot of mistakes. Rook f8. Oh, real danger now because the king is caught off guard. Queen takes e3, queen f1, queen e7, queen d8. Will they agree to a draw? I think so. Seems like they'll end in a draw. That's a good result for Ashes, that he was able to hold Arvind Chidambaram to a draw. Good job by Ashes there. So I've also put him in the follow list radar, so I will follow him as well to see how he scores in the remaining portion of the event. 4 games are over and we will have a short break definitely. So among the Indians, Awesome Wishes is playing, so we'll also follow her. She's Vantika Agarwal from Delhi, and I think she has some sort of a fortress now. I don't think you can break it because this bishop is protected, the rook is protected, the king can take some checks but not really dangerous. So that's great to know. So she is on 2 points, and if she wins she will be on 3. Okay. Aditya Mittal is playing. Let's see what's the matter there. He's about to lose. That's the news. Yeah, this is lost. This is lost, yeah. Okay. So there will be a short break now. Shimanov has blundered. Shimanov has won. Okay, Shimanov was playing black. So that's what we call the traditional knight fork, in which you get to win material because the king has to move and then you can simply pick up the rook. So yeah, Vantika has drawn and Yeses had drawn. I have lost, and so it was a mixed result, I would say. But NR Visak has won against an international master from Georgia. He employed the English, and this is the flavor of English, that white plays on the queen side, black develops and plays on the king side. Okay, something happened here. After knight e5, the pawn on c4 is attacked, knight on d3 is in contact. I think white can simply get knight e3, but he went for knight takes e5. Not really necessary because black can simply take d takes e5, which he did not. He played bishop b1 and white got his chance to play knight f7, and this position is slightly risky for black because bishop e4 is coming, knight f4 is coming, and black really has no defenders of g6, I think. So he has to further weaken his position, and that gave a lot of chance to Visak. I don't think he had any trouble converting this position. It was better completely. But yeah, this rook endgame is not easy. Maybe the exchange of queens was not right, but after that it's not clear if the win is certain, but I think he did some tricks and then got this endgame and then won the game. That was Visak's game, NR Visak's game. And now let me check my own game to see where I went wrong. Seems like things were okay here. This is also fine. This is also fine. This is the moment in which I went wrong. After c4, I went to knight f6 because it felt very natural, but I should have gone to b6 with my knight, attacking the pawn on c4. That was the first mistake. After that, I think there is no chance. There is literally no chance. So in this position, this was the mistake I did. After c4, I should go knight b6, and after c5, I should get my knight to c4, and on bishop b4, I just play queen d5 or queen e7 and play this position with black. If my opponent goes f4, I simply take and then play rook d8, and on f4 I have knight c6. If you take bishop c4, I have knight b4. Yeah, so this was a way to play that position which I lost, but never mind. Now I know that this was the reason and not this move, which seems very passive. I should have played knight b6 to attack the pawn on c4. Okay. What is the situation? Is the match over between... yeah, their match is over now. So I think that's the reason we will now see more chess.com. Yeah, so the Title Tuesday is going on right now in the main channel as well. So I don't know the results right now, but going by the statistics, I have a feeling Rosen must have won because he was leading heavily. Yeah, so I just saw that Rosen is on Twitch and is having some chat with his followers. Okay. After 4 rounds, Alex Tripyashko is leading. Okay, I haven't heard of that player before. This is the first time I'm seeing this name. MVL is leading with 4 out of 4. And Artemiev is there. Okay, a lot of Russian players, definitely. Alexander Fier, Onishchuk is also there, and Volodymyr Murzin is there. Alexander Moskalenko is also here. Wow. And Eltaj Safarli, Eric Hansen, that is Chessbra. And yes, so with 7 more games to go, I think we have still a long night ahead. So now just listen to what's being played in the background. Okay, this is fine. So I'm waiting for the games to resume. We are having a break right now. This is nice. Onishchuk. So who else is playing? Aditya Vittal, yes, he's on 3 out of 4 right now. Still in contention. Okay, games are starting. I'm playing against Benko 008. 007 is common, yeah. But okay. Will it be Catalan? No, it will be Queen's Gambit accepted. A rare line which is knight a3, aimed at capturing the pawn on c4 with a knight, not with the bishop or queen. Okay, I'll take the pawn. Can I go queen b3 and question this pawn? Taking advantage of the fact that queen cannot come to b6 because my knight is on c4. If he goes b5, I'm going to go with knight to e5, threatening mate. He'll not fall for that, I'm sure. Okay. I can go knight e5. I can go bishop g5. There are so many moves. I think I'll go bishop g5 because I want to get my rook to c1 as soon as possible. Knight d7, good job. So I've got my rook lined up against his queen. I think I'll go bishop f4 because I'm threatening knight d6 check. Do we have an update on the scores that happened? What was the scores for the speed chess championship? Okay, knight e4. Fine. What about knight a5? Knight e5 also seems interesting. If he takes, I'll play bishop e5. And I'm also thinking of a weird move like f3 if necessary. a5. What about knight d7? Yeah, because that's a drawback of this a5 move. Bishop b4 check. Okay, on king d1 he wants to play knight takes f2. Wow. Okay, that's a miss. I must agree. That's a miss. I can actually take queen takes b6. But I don't know. What should I do? Should I take queen takes b6? I think I can take this. Yeah. And then play knight db6. Attack this queen. I can go f3 and I think I'll first take this rook. Then we'll see what next. And then I'll attack this knight and ask where it wants to go. So I can give a check here, but I'll first play e4 and push this bishop even further, and then play this, take this pawn, threatening check. My opponent is threatening to take this bishop. So I can go bishop a3, I think, yeah. Rook could come to c3 very soon. I'm threatening to take knight c6. On b4 I'll just take. On b4 I have bishop c4, bishop c4, queen check, king f2, queen h1. That looks dangerous. Bishop f4, queen check, king f2, queen b2 check. Looks dangerous. Rook c6, pa3. Okay, I have to do this. Okay, that was a miss, I think, by my opponent. e4. Bishop c6. Can I castle? That's the question. Yeah, I can still castle. That's fun. Okay. So I have to defend this pawn somehow. I don't know if I'm in danger or if I'm away from danger. Still looks very unclear. I think I'm still in danger. I'm not far from danger. I won? That's hard to believe. This is a position in which I can rarely even hope to draw. Barely hope to draw. This is like... Okay, this I wasn't expecting. Okay. Oh, there is no time to do much. I'm playing against woman candidate master Sophia. Okay, fine. c4 e5. g3, let's go h5. Going to go h4. I'm going to go full on h5, h4, h3 also if I get a chance. Knight c3. I'm not afraid. I'll go h4 and then go d6. And if my opponent goes knight f3, I have h3, gh4. That is shocking. I'm going to attack this pawn. Free pawn. Take it. Yeah, I know that I've developed my queen early. I know that I've violated a few principles, but I think I have played h5 before, and I can manage this position. I just have to get my knight soon. This bishop will come here. Bishop h3, that's what my opponent is planning. Okay. Okay. d4. d4. Okay, I will take that. I can go f5. Position is suddenly bad because of the last few moves. Because these knights are really dominating now. I have to go something like rook h4, try something crazy. Knight c7 is also threatened. I think I can afford to play something like this now. The situation is desperate. What can I do? I think the initial gamble was just too much. Suddenly it felt like I was able to... I thought I will manage with the pawn, but then I think after my opponent played h4, I should have been careful because this bishop h3 threat was very annoying. Now I can't really go back. So I have to like keep pretending as if all that was part of the plan. c6, what does my opponent have in mind? Knight takes c6. Okay, my opponent wants to just give away. So how about bishop f6? So I'm going to do that. Play bishop to f6. Queenside castling, great. I think I'll get my knight to c5, but then bishop d7, knight c7. I'm okay with knight c7, queen c7 because of rook c8, and I win the queen. On knight f5, I have bishop into b2 check. Think okay, I can't really play queenside castling because of knight takes d6. Very smart. So how do I deal with this now? Because knight c7 may come. Should I play bishop b5, knight b5? I think I have to do that. Take this as well. Okay, king b2 has been played. Now if I play castles on the queen side, yeah, this is the way to go, it seems. Okay, so I'll go with this route. If my opponent takes queen takes f5, I'm just going to simply play king b8, and if he takes the rook, I'll just take. So we reach a position which is quite equal in nature as far as the material is concerned. I'm going to take this pawn now because of my opponent's previous move. c6, e4, wow. So he's saying if I take this, there is a mate. But I said, okay, fine. I'm now threatening to take the knight. And my opponent has played knight to d4. If I play c5, knight e6 is coming. Okay. What if I play queen f6 and attack this knight? I'm also threatening to go g6 and push that away. Hi Tina, how are you doing? Great to see you after a long time. queen c4. If I go d5, ed5, knight f5, dc6, knight d4, c7. Okay. Okay. Position seems confusing right now. Knight f5, dc6. I think I'll first take this and then look at what's next, because I'm attacking this. Okay, doesn't make sense to me. I am a piece up. Okay, this is fine. Okay, I have exchanged the queens off. I think now I should not be in any danger. He should resign here, like Beth Harmon would say. You resign now. Beth Harmon's coach, sorry. Okay, he's not in the mood to resign. Okay, let me exchange that as well. I'm just going to push that king away from there and grab the pawn, and then make sure that I also take this pawn, and then I slowly win this game. Okay, so I won against Sofia. Let's look at what's happening in other games. Arvind Chidambaram is playing against a player from Ukraine, a very famous grandmaster. Yeah, Arvind is in danger. Arvind lost, and Visak is about to draw. So let's look at Yashas. Yashas lost to Giga Kwapadze. Okay, this Kwapadze is a player I have lost to before. Pretty strong player, and plays very principled chess. You see how White has played. Got his knight to d3, f3. And things are looking good. The position looks good for White. The way in which White conducted this game is very principled. Wow, nice combination. d5, you can't really take that pawn because of rook e8, bishop f8. There is a rook takes f8, and if you take king takes f8, the queen is hanging, so there is knight e6 check and White wins the queen. So the loose pieces are usually the culprits. So loose pieces drop off, LPDO. That is why you must do KAPP, that is keep all pieces protected. Okay, so that was Yash's, and I see that Aditya Mittal has won in just 13 moves. So let's see what happened here. Okay, he got his bishop to h6, bishop d4. That is a suspicious move. You don't really play that. Okay, I'm playing against a grandmaster from Russia. Let's see. Okay, let's go tango if he allows tango. Yeah, this is a tango. Two knights facing. Oh, it's not the real tango because he's playing knight f3. I want to get my bishop to b4, so he should go a3, and now um, it's what I really want. I'm going to play the cousin of King's Indian. This is what I call the cousin of King's Indian, because eventually I will get a King's Indian kind of position. I'm threatening ed4 and taking on e4, so he'll go d5, I'll go knight d4, knight d4, ed4, bd4, knight e4. Oh, but that squashes all my plans. Okay, I will have to play the exchange variation, which is not the best way for white to find an advantage, but I think it's an annoying way. I mean, it's annoying for black because it takes off the venom, and white can actually hope for a slight advantage, long-term advantage in this position. If I take queen, if he takes queen d8, I'll just take rook d8. I'll get pawn to c6, queen to c7, knight d5. Okay, c6, knight c7 is coming. I have to think here because this knight c7 is threatened. Okay, I'll go bishop g4 and see how things work out. I'm not really sure if I'm playing the best move, but I thought it's not worth spending so much time in this position. f3, then I can take this knight. Because I now have c6 and I don't have to weaken my pawns. That was my point. Okay, he's giving the pawn. Bishop b3, he wants to go rook b1. Okay, this is an idea I missed, I must admit. So I'll come back. Okay, dc6, I'll just take bishop c6, a4, dc6, bishop c6, rook d8, bishop a7. That is a threat. I understand. So he wants to take control of this pawn. I can go c5. Yeah, I think I can go c5. I'll go c5. So I'll play bishop d6 and try to construct a blockade. And chat, how are you all doing? How is the February? Bishop g5. Okay, I'll just move my rook to d6. Should be good, right? Oh, bishop f6, rook f6, d6 check, bishop f7, fe5. Crazy tactics in the air, but I don't know whether my opponent will go for all of that. Because there is no need to. He has a very nice advantage. I don't know if he'll break his head with bishop f6, rook f6, d6, bishop f7. Oh, maybe he's considering and taking it seriously, huh? Okay, so we have the one that we were expecting, at least the one I was expecting. Bishop f7 is goes e6. D7 is also coming. So I better move. Wants to take this pawn. Okay, what do I have? I think I'll have to play very actively, like bishop g5. Rook e7, rook e7, bishop e7. Rook f7, rook f7. Yeah, I don't think I have any choice. I have to go there. Rook e7, bishop e7. Rook e6. Rook f7. He's going rook f7. Okay. Ah, that was bad. That was a good squeeze. I did fall for a lot of traps. So I think the critical moment was in this game, somewhere here. So this decision to play c5 was not really solid enough. He was able to break with f4. Meanwhile, what's happening in other games? And now Isak is going to hold this. I think he will hold this. And what about Arvind Chidambaram? Arvind Chidambaram has won pretty much very convincingly. You see all his pieces are placed in great positions. And he's getting all these positions by playing nf3, b3. Wow. No, his opponent just gave a lot of exchanges. And then nice. Rook takes f5. The reason why he's able to play rook takes f5 is because there are no pieces in front of opponent's pawns. So he's able to do all of that. Wow. Very clean sweep. That was a nice win. Ashes has won against a candidate master. Yeah, so again convincing. I think he got a very nice bind and won his game. Why is this position so convincing for white? You might ask. The reason is the only open file in this position is in white's control and is threatening bishop a3. Again, if you don't do anything about it, it's going to be lethal. Now by playing c5, the d5 square is like very much in white's favor. Again, the only file that's available is in white's control. And you can see the position is symmetrical in nature, 3-3 versus 4-4. And in symmetrical positions, there are two things you must keep in mind. Number one, activity of pieces. Number two, who has the file. And white is active, plus he has an open file, which should tell you why this position is winning for white. Arvind Chidambaram is fine. Yeah, so let's look at the standings once. 7/7 is Mishanik and there's Chess Warrior and MVL is on 6.5 out of 7. Those are the known names. Hikaru is on 6/7. So those are the top names. Now let's see from the Indian side. Okay, from the Indian side, let's come back. So I'll tell you who is leading. Yashas D is, I think, the top scorer right now. Um, Aditya Mittal is there, yes, but is he in the top 20? No. Arvind Chidambaram is there. Okay, I'm playing against a FIDE master, Tepeta. Should I go d4 or e4? I think I'll go e4 because the Mora Gambit was fun. Arvind Chidambaram is playing Sara Kadam. Okay, this is a line that has also been employed by Magnus Carlsen. And seems like I might get a walkover because my opponent is not showing any signs of playing the move yet. He's going to think for a while, or maybe he has just disappeared. I don't know. Okay, so let's look at the other games until my opponent makes his move. Yashas is playing a strong grandmaster from Azerbaijan, Vugar Asadli. Yeah, he seems to be having a decent position. I don't think this is a way in which white can play for an advantage. Black will just have rook e8, queen h4. If white castles on the king side, that's going to be very risky for him. So I think he will just wait and then castle on the queen side. No, I'm not sure now because the pawn on a4 is also not so healthy. So he went for king side. That means queen will come to h4. Very sure. Queen will come to h4. Yeah, my opponent has finally made his move, which is e4, c6, knight c3, d5. And this is called the two knights variation of the Karo Khan. Knight f6. Okay. I must admit that I have not revised this land. Why am I playing knight here? Just to push this knight away. Now this knight has become the Abhimanyu. So for those of you who don't know Abhimanyu, I think you should visit Mahabharata. So this knight is trapped in the center of the board. It knows how to land on e4 but doesn't know how to return back. That's the story, and yeah, that's my shortest win. Okay, who would have expected this? 8 move win. Great. Let's change the music a bit. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Now Aditya Mittal is playing against Anton. Again, I prefer white in this position because of the c6. Vantika Agarwal is playing against a FIDE master from the US. And she has a very convincing position. Queen will come to h6. Knight can come to e7 anytime. I think she'll first play queen h6. Queen takes knight. Oh, the knight is hanging. So sorry. I'm sorry. You can't really play queen h6 because the knight is hanging. So you have to first play queen g5. Wait there. And then when opponent plays h6, then go knight e7. Position is clearly better for white. That is certain. Shishupal Kumar, welcome back. Where were you all this while? Any Indian doing good? Arvind Chidambaram is doing good. I think you can keep an eye on him. And after that, you can say, yeah, Arvind Chidambaram is one name. So let's look at his game. He's playing against Sara Khadem Al Sharif. I think that's how it's pronounced. But you can say Sara Khadim. She is white and Arvind Chidambaram is black. And he has a very convincing position on the black side, which reminds me of my win over a grandmaster from Austria. I played a very similar position in 2019, Austria. I think it was not the league, it was the Graz Open. So I won a nice game in this opening in the Graz Open. Black gets this very nice queenside play. These two rooks, they are not really doing anything. They are bottled up. I think all Arvind needs is a timely pawn break. Maybe c3, but he has to maybe prepare for it. And then once this pawn break, no, this is a wrong time for white to get a pawn break. g4 is, I think dangerous knight can just go to. Actually, even knight d7 is maybe clever because you eliminate this piece and then you are left with a very nice position on the queen side. Something went horribly wrong for white. White can now go c3. Black can now go c3, and he goes for it. Rook will come to c3. This rook will join the party. Arvind Chidambaram seems all set to win this game. So Shishupal Kumar, I hope you are seeing this game. And good to know that Vantika Agarwal has won her game. You see, she on h6 she took the pawn because the king is no longer that safe anymore, and there was nobody to defend queen h8 mate. So opponent tried one last trick. If you don't see this queen, the queen can come back. So, but she saw this and then won the game. So let's come back. Aditya Mittal is having a balanced position. And let's come back to Arvind, and Arvind is all set to win this game. d4 is a weak pawn. Yeah, black is winning. Queen takes e5 is also hanging. Arvind can take that also. Yeah, there you go. So Arvind has scored a win. He moves on to 6.5 out of 8, which is a good score. The only remaining game from our list is this game of Aditya Mittal, where his opponent's king is slightly in danger, locked up on h5. But now, okay, king can come to g4. Oh, this pawn. Interesting. Now it's not so clear because these two rooks are menacing. They can capture b4, they can capture h4. Now it's that moment where we can say kuch bhi ho sakta hai, because black has a good position but is low on time. This king will definitely capture on h4. This is going to end in a draw if this is captured. Yeah, this is safe. Aditya Mittal is no longer in danger, but he just has to maintain the rooks, and this is a draw. I have a feeling he will do this. Opponent is a pawn up, but the position is theoretically drawn. Yeah. And since this is a knight's pawn, the easiest defense is just to maintain the rook and king on the last time. Just maintain the rook and then it's a draw. This is even easy. Just keep checking the king, just keep checking the king. And this king has nowhere to go because there's no shelter. And whenever this king comes closer to the rook, you just attack the pawn, it's a draw. Great. So that way we had a small endgame lesson. Is that you just keep checking the king. If the pawn is a knight's pawn, it's not really that dangerous. But if it's a f pawn, you have to be a little careful. And for the knight's pawn, even if you just keep the rook here and king here, is still a draw. Okay. 8 rounds are over. 3 more rounds to go. Tregubov, Talk Chess, Kostya Nikolagorsky, new names. Talk Chess, wow, okay. Irina Bulmaga is playing against Ice Belka, and yeah, she's won. This is a nice username. Sorry, mate. That's checkmate. Wow. So there's a candidate master playing white, and his username is sorry, mate. That's checkmate. Wow. हाय श्रेष्ठ, मैं तो ठीक हूँ, आप कैसे हो बताओ? आप कहाँ से हो और कैसे हो? आजकल मॉडरेटर्स देखते ही नहीं, सब बिजी हो गए हैं अपने अपने नॉर्मल रूटीन में. Let's check this game. Anipomniachi versus Sanan. Okay, it's a draw. Opposite color bishop. So Shrestha, does the Discord actually know that we are here live? I don't know if it's updated on Discord that we are streaming. Knight. Okay, this is done. So we'll have to wait for a while before the next games begin. Because there's going to be a break, a short break, I think. Okay, I just saw the name of Guryachki now. She's also playing this tournament. Krikor is playing, very strong grandmaster again. In a way, actually, a lot of grandmasters are playing. It's just that among the Indians, only Arvind and Visak are the top GMs I see. Also, the time is what a lot of players have told me sometimes that this time really doesn't suit them. थोड़ा ऑनलाइन क्लासेस के कारण टाइम नहीं मिलता आजकल. अच्छा. Okay, so Shrez, just check for a moment to see if people in the Discord know that we are streaming. How is Jaipur right now? The weather? I have never come there and would love to come to Jaipur someday. And are you practicing chess or not? I think by watching a lot of streams you might have picked up some do's and do nots of chess. Okay, we'll have to wait for a while. Arun Chidambaram is on 6.5 out of 8, so he still has chance. So that's the top player as of now, and I have got 5 points. Okay. Acha, thank you. Who is Chess Warrior? Good question. Let me check. Who is Chess Warrior? I think it's Nodirbek. Yeah, it's Nodirbek. Abdu Sattar of Nodirbek. That's Chess Warrior. Hi, Awakened. Welcome to the channel. Are you here for the first time? If you're here for the first time, do subscribe. So, what are you studying, Shrest? That you're having online classes? Do you teach or do you take classes? Okay. Hmm. Aditya Mittal is with me, 5 bar 8. So, 3 more rounds to go, and they'll be back to back. After this, there won't be any break. Okay. I think this is for the first time I have actually won in just 6 moves in the title Tuesday, and 8 moves, let's say f3, and knight has no square. Wow. Still taking a while. Chess Warrior, Nudribik and MVL. So they will play against each other definitely. So let me also follow MVL, and you can see that Hikaru is on 7 bar 8. So let us also follow Hikaru. Okay, I'm playing against Craig Shahade. Is a staff, and I think the main person behind Pro Chess League also. King's Indian, Grunfeld. Okay. Playing this system after a really long time. I don't know if my memory will come handy. E6. No idea. I can go knight b5, I think. Yeah. Objectively, I feel very healthy. I mean, this position seems very good to me. I'll put my knight to d6, bring the bishop back to e2. I have everything that I want like to have in this position as white. Or maybe I'm just being too optimistic. You're pursuing BTech in Mechanical Engineering from NIT Bhopal. NIT Bhopal? Oh, you're from Jaipur, but you are in Bhopal. Okay. Third year. I have come to Bhopal a lot of times. I think. In fact, I got a second place in under 25 there. Okay. So, are you practicing chess or not? Or just watching streams? Bishop a4. Okay, expected. Can I take the pawn? I don't want to exchange queens, but seems like I will have to. Oh, he doesn't want to exchange queens, which is surprising because I actually have a very nice position here. Knight b5, queen c6, queen b4. I think I'll go knight b5. If he takes, I'll take. Yeah. Thank you, Shrest. Queen c6, queen b4. Sometimes you play just to relax. Yeah, that's a good plan. You can also do some vision. I think that's also a good way to relax. What happens with vision is you just practice the squares, and it also paves way for you to show off in the college that you can play blindfold chess. So you can try chess.com/vision. My high score is 37. I got a 37 recently. What about you? If you have tried, it would be good to know your score. What is my opponent doing? Rook d8, bishop d7. Queen e7, rook e8. Knight b6. Okay, wants to take this. I'll just take this. Push a4. Push this knight away. As long as my rook is supported, I am not in danger. But the moment I put my rook hanging, then this bishop will be in danger, rook will be in danger. Everything will be in danger. Okay, I think I can put the queen to b5. Too tough for you. I think you're saying it because you're not practiced enough. Just keep doing it every day. I don't see why it should be tough. Just keep doing it every day. You will eventually get so much better that you will probably score somewhere around 30, close to 30. Okay. E5. I think I can go e5. Is attacking this pawn. No problem. King f2, queen check, king f3. Should be okay. Knight e7, get my bishop. Okay, it's getting very tricky now. Because this, everything is hanging. Bishop c5 is coming. Oh, it got very dangerous suddenly. I lost all my advantage. For a moment it looked like I was so much better, but okay, let's see what happens next. What is he threatening? Okay, he's going to take a draw. It's going to be a draw. Okay. Had a heavy advantage, and then I allowed some counterplay. I think somewhere here. Instead of playing e5, I should have done something else. But yeah, I let this win, like advantage slip. Let's look at the most popular game right now, that is MVL versus Warrior. So it seems like yeah, the result is out and MVL has won this game. By the way, the video that I put out today was Rakesh versus MVL, in which Rakesh won his game. Let's check. Arvind Chidambaram has lost. Okay, that means we will probably not have anybody in the top tonight as far as the Indian players are concerned. Accelerated dragon, but seems insufficient. Oh, this is a very famous trap. In this position, knight f5 is possible, but after f5, I think black has to continue with knight c4. What Arvind did was he just played bishop d7 and then fell for this trap. Oh, it's not really a trap. That means he could have simply taken hg6, and on rook f6, he could have played rook takes c3. This is going out of hand. If he takes bc3, we take ef6, and on queen d7 there is queen c3. Wow, mind boggling complication. This is hanging, this is hanging. So actually Arvind played well, but is not able to calculate the ensuing line. So this is not really the best move, it was just a gamble in a way. But yeah, there was a nice little trick that opponent found. So please notice, after e5, d5, knight a5, queen f5, fg6, the point was to take this, and if your opponent takes rook takes f6, if you take ef6, there is queen d7. So first take rook takes knight. If it takes queen d7, then you take rook takes e3 or even play rook c7. So then bc3 happens, then you take this, and then when he takes this, you take this, doubled back. So this is a story of hanging pieces. Everything is hanging. Wow, that was fun. That variation was fun. I will definitely tell Arvind about it. Okay, I'm playing against Casaulet. Let's see. e4, I'll go e5. Okay. Bishop c4, knight f6, d3, h6, c3, d6, bishop b3, g6, h3, bishop g7, castles, king h7, g4. Wow, that's unexpected. I think I will take and go knight d7, knight c5. I'm already seeing tricks like knight b4. Could be a bit too much, but a distant possibility. Queen b5 is coming, yeah. Knight f5. Wow. Wow. I must take this. I'll take this and play f6 for now, just to stall the attack. Queen c4, I'll go b6. Wow, what does he want to do here? gf6, I don't know. Queen f7 check is possible, a3 is possible. There are so many moves. Okay, I'll think of an exchange. So I'll just play this and then this. This is called the Kai technique, where you just exchange opponent's queens, opponent's pieces. What is my opponent's threat? Queen g6 check. Okay. Bishop c5. ab2. I think I can take queen c5. Queen g6 check. a2 check. King a1. ab2. Bishop queen check. I have to take this. There is no way. Rook g8, he has queen h6 mate. King h8. I have to go king h8. Queen g6. fg5, he has queen g6. Seems like the end to me. King h8, there is g6. King g8, there is queen g6. This seems like the end. Whoever this guy is, Casolet. Okay. Just try one last check. I think he'll just take H7 or Rook G7 and I'll be resigning. That was a tough game. Where did I go wrong in this? Oh, this was the star move. Knight F5. Definitely the star move. Meanwhile, let's check what's happening here. Hikaru versus MVL. And yeah, the opponent's hanging. Okay, he can take it anytime, so he's not rushing it. He will take it with his rook very soon. Yes, he does. Now he has to defend this, so rook f4. Rook f3, yes. Bishop e3. Makes sense to get this bishop out. He's a pawn up, so he's the one who has all the chances. And Chess Warrior, that is Nodir Beg, is on 8.5 out of 10. Alexei Shirov is on 8 out of 10. Wow. So after this, we'll just have one more round and then I get to say bye-bye. It's quite late. Okay, let's take a look at Arvind Chidambaram's knights. You see, 2 knights. All set to finish opponent's king. Knight f6 check is coming. Wow, even the queen won't help him because knight f6. If he takes the rook, knight f7 is a mate. Nice. That was a nice mate. Very nice mate. You see, he got his knights and now he got knight check and then took his opponent's pawn. If he takes the knight, there is queen check and rook h3. But opponent played queen c8. And then he got his knight back, and after rook takes f5, simply put his rook on h3, threatening knight f6. But the queen is hanging. Note that the queen is hanging, but this combination of rook f1 doesn't really work because white can coolly take rook takes f1 as if nothing has happened, because after queen takes queen, he has this check with the knight. And now queen has to take the rook, and you might be wondering that if black takes g takes, white takes g takes h3, then black can simply take the knight or even play rook f8. But he has this mate and the king has no square. This was a nice finish by Arvind. I think a very nice game. Very nice. I like this one. So Arvind Chidambaram had a nice win. It doesn't matter if he finishes, if he doesn't finish in the top 10. I think the game was nice. So now he is on 7.5 out of 10 and there is just one game left. And Hikaru and Fair Chess, they both move on to 9. That means Hikaru won that game. How did he win that game? Oh, it was Hikaru who was white. Okay. I was under the impression that was MVL was white for a moment. So he won the game quite well then. And then King is coming here, and then there's also then win. All right. So some of you are still watching the stream. That's great. So anybody knows what exactly was the score of Eric Rosen match? Okay, Vandika Agarwal lost her game. The knight, rook d8, queen d8. She tried the knight off. A lot of players are playing knight off these days. It has become the heartthrob of so many youngsters. White has a slight position, slight edge, and just with that he was able to convert and win. Wow. Aditya Mittal has lost against David Kalashian. This time it's a different version of semi-slav. So Aditya's main weapon in this event has been semi-slav. Okay, he got a decent position out of the opening. I don't think he has anything to complain. So where did he go wrong? Oh, he went wrong here in this complication. He played queen c6 and then fell in the pin. Okay, last round, let me go e4. I'm playing against a FIDE master from Turkey. Let's go Mora Gambit again. But I have a feeling he will reject my gambit. He won't accept it. Yeah, I knew it. Somehow with the username I felt that okay, he won't accept it. Okay, I'm going to take this pawn soon. E5 is a possibility here. Bishop g4 is a possibility. Both are possible. Like I have played both in the tournament. Roshan Paul. Oh, Sagar Shah humiliation. Okay, I didn't know the score, so I'm not really sure by how much he lost. But when I last checked, I think it was quite close, and then suddenly I saw there was a gap. Speed chess is a very interesting format. We should have one for Indians, exclusive Indian players, I think. It would be good. Speed chess, maybe Indian speed chess championship, something of that sort. B7 is hanging. My opponent might go queen b6. Queen c7. That is unexpected. Actually, I have this move. I don't know whether the chat noticed this. If you take this, there is this. Let's take the pawn, and then the rook, and then the knight. He's in danger here. My opponent is in danger, definitely. The Mora Gambit seems to be working, which is surprising. Now d7 is hanging. Who will save this? Bishop is hanging. Yeah, wow, that's a 14 move win. I had a lot of short wins today, so that's the highlight for me. I won a lot of games in less than 20 moves. And yeah, Vandika Agarwal has won her game. Great. She's trying some g3 knight off. It's quite new. Okay. So let's look at Ah, she's playing against Sorry Mate, that's checkmate. Okay. Antika Agarwal is playing her usual King's Indian. So the game that I just saw was a previous round. And she has no problems, I think. Oh, now yes. This position, yes. But I was talking about this position where everything looked normal. But after white opened on the queen's side, with a3, I think white has got a good position. So who is the leader now? The standings are as follows. Hikaru Nakamura is on 9 out of 10. Fair Chess is also on 9 out of 10. So the game that I will definitely watch right now is Hikaru versus Fair Chess on YouTube. Let's see. So the winner of this game is the winner of the tournament. Hikaru is black. Bishop on c5 is attacked. If you move the bishop, then the rook c6 follows, and the pawns are slightly distanced, like they are just two pawn islands now on the queen side. Black would love to play queen e7, and black does play queen e7, which is great. Let's have a quick look at what's happening with Arvind Chidambaram. I don't see Arvind Chidambaram. I think he's already finished his game. No, I don't see Arvind Chidambaram. Alright. H3. Okay. So black has managed to coordinate his pieces on the queen side. I think he'll simply move bishop to a7 very soon. And black is not in trouble anymore. Rook c6, knight c3. Okay. Get this knight out. Okay, suddenly black seems to be having some problems. e5, then the bishop was trapped, yeah? Hikaru missed it. Knight f6. Oh, he's playing for time, huh? Hikaru is ahead in time, definitely. Knight f6 will come soon. Knight c5, queen c8, fine. Both the players are just maneuvering their pieces in there. Now the rook on c2 is partially hanging because the queen is indirectly keeping an eye. So not a thing to bother yet. Now black has queen c7 ideas. Queen c7, queen h2 ideas. It's rook to c4, okay. Queen c7, queen h2, king f1, doesn't play queen h2, okay. The bishop is trapped. Oh, there was no need for it. So bishop is trapped and it's lost. Wow, that was great. He gets his bishop to e5, I think, and this is gone. Now this knight, well, queen takes e1 is also fine, knight c2 is also fine. Oh, this is lost. So Hikaru wins the Style Tuesday once again. Wow. It's 10 out of 11, clear winner. Who Who is Fair Chess? I think that's Andrikin Dimitri. Swayam Patel. Diamond membership. You can play the tournament that happens on Sunday. I think that will give you a good chance to get the diamond membership. Okay, I'm just waiting for the final standings so that we know which Indian player has topped today. Let's see. Still some games are going on. Who is playing? Kovalchuk. This is also over. So Manchuk has won. Jospem. Okay, so this is a game that's going on. Pawn a7. Pawn a7 mate threatened. He should have played. I think he should have played rook a3 to prevent a7. Okay, now we can say the tournament is over. Hikaru is first, Jeffrey Jong is second, Nodir Beg is third. Hello, road to become a GM. Yes, I am an Indian. This time no quiz for diamond membership. Ritvik, not today. Maybe some other day we will definitely do some quiz. Who are all playing from India? Swam, the tournament is over. I was playing, Arvind Chidambaram was playing, then who else? NR Visak was playing, Dhulipala Balachandra Prasad was playing, then who else? I think Arvind Chidambaram, Aditya Mittal was playing. So again I think Arvind Chidambaram is the top scorer for us. Let me see. Actually, Srishti Pandey has got 7.5. I think she is the leader tonight. Like, she's the one who got more points among the Indians. Let me confirm. Yeah, Arvind Chidambaram is 7.5 out of 11. Aditya Mittal is 7. And I have scored how much? I got 6.5. Okay, so I think I improved slightly on my previous score. Also, there were a lot of short wins. Arsha Vardhan GB scored 7 out of 11. Yeah, so I think Arvind Chidambaram has again topped for Indians. He could have done better. Some of his games were very nice. And I think it's a great time for me to say goodbye to all of you. Where? Aditya scored 7, I think. 7.5. You are stuck at 1850 from 2 months. I would suggest that you watch Your Game Our Analysis series, episode 5. I think episode 5. No, Swam, I was not able to see Sagar versus Eric because I was busy setting up Trial Tuesday. You have seen that. If you have seen that, then you can watch the next video, which is 5 tips from Pragnananda's games. Anon, thank you. Goodbye. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks. I think you can do more of chess MCQ like I showed, where you guess the moves of the players. Study some classical games. I think that should help you break the barrier. Rating is just a number. Just focus on improving your games. Rating will be a byproduct of whatever good work that you do. Thank you, Swayam Patel. And thank you, Road to Become a GM. You have a nice username there. A good reminder for all of us that we have a road to become a GM. And with that, I would like to wish you all a good night. And it was a great stream. Actually, I was not really in the zone of playing tonight, but since there were no big names, I decided to play. But then there was Arvind Chidambaram, which made a good balance. So I was able to watch his games and also play a bit. And good night, all of you. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.